Genius Nation, what's going on? It's your man, Dr. Will. Welcome to the Daily Genius. As always, super excited that you're here with us this morning. Hope that wherever you are, that your day is started off to a fantastic day. We've been talking about organization for the last couple of days, and we're going to continue talking about organization and just showing you some of the things that I use, some of the tools that I use to keep me organized and to keep my days productive. So once again, thank you so much for joining us for the Daily Genius. So let's get right into it. So yesterday I told you that I would be sharing with you my binders and why I use binders. When I was in the military taught me this thing called SOPs, Standard Operating Procedures. And literally every office that you would walk into on a military base, somewhere in that office, they would have a binder. And in that binder, it will tell you everything that was supposed to go on in that office, like literally what time it was supposed to open up, what was supposed to happen once you opened up and unlocked the door, turned on the light. Literally, it would break it down for you step by step, meaning anybody that walked in that office and picked up that binder could literally run that office. So as an entrepreneur, business owner, as a career professional, anything that's important to you that's done on a repetitive basis, you want to try to find a system for it, a repetitive system for it, so you can manage it easier. And so I learned this in the military about these SOPs. And now as an entrepreneur, one of the things that we talk about a lot is time freedom. And what gives you freedom as an entrepreneur is systems. That's what gives you freedom, is systems. Now, excuse me. Now I'll tell you, starting off, this is a laborious task if you haven't done it from day one. So if you are just now starting out on your entrepreneurship journey, on your business ownership journey, I'm telling you, take the time to do this, to create SOPs, because it's going to save you so much time and frustration, energy, and money in the long run. What the SOP is going to do in giving you, allowing you to have more time, is when you start to bring on staff or when you start to work with virtual assistants, it's going to help you communicate what you do. A lot of times as entrepreneurs and business owners, we have it all up in here. We have it in our head. And so what creating an SOP does for you is allow you to get it out of your head, get it on paper, and not only get it on paper, you can then see any of the gaps or any of the weaknesses that you have in your operations. Like when it's in your head and you know what to do and how to do it, you can compensate for some things that aren't actually flowing quite well, right? But once you put it down on a piece of paper, put it into an SOP, you could see just how easy your system flows or how difficult your system is for somebody else to understand it. There's an acronym called KISS. Keep it simply simple, right? Keep it simply simple. And that's what an SOP allows you to do. Break it down in its lowest denominator so other people can understand it. So I'm going to share with you my project folder this morning and some of the tools that I have in my project folder and how I approach projects that I'm working on that helps me stay abreast and help anybody that I'm working with, help us all stay on the same page. All right. So and let me say this as well. It doesn't have to be, anything fancy per se, right? You don't have to go out and get any leather bound binders or anything like that. Mine are simple plastic, that you can get at your local Office Depot or Dollar Tree or whatever, whoever has them for you. Go get those and just start creating your SOP. So let's get into this. So here's my binder. This is what it looks like. And then I print out a little cover sheet that lets me know what this binder is. So this is my projects binder. My current and personal projects go into this binder. And then I have what I call this project filter. I have this project filter that every project that I'm working on, I create this project filter for. So every project has a start date and a completion date. I write down what the purpose of this project is. I write down what the impact of this project is going to have to either me business-wise or personal, and then the result. What's the result? If I complete this project, what's the result that I could anticipate? Then I have section 2 there that says the buy-in, the best outcome. What's the result if you do create this outcome? And so if I'm working with someone else or I'm working with myself, I want to clearly identify what the best outcome is, what the Super Bowl is, right? Man, if we do this, if we crush this project, here's what this could mean for us. So let's just say in monetary form, let's just say if we complete this project and get it off, it's going to bring in 100K. So if we do it, it's going to bring in 100K. The buy-in is so important, and the best outcome is so important because that's going to really be the motivator, right? That's going to be the motivator. What's the worst outcome? The worst outcome is if we don't complete this, we're leaving 100K on the table. That's the worst outcome. If we don't complete this, we're leaving 100K. So then we go down for this to be a win, what needs to happen. So for instance, I have a part to play. Maybe a VA has a part to play. Maybe an outside source has a part to play. We identify what needs to happen. And then we have down there on track. We look at it depending on the completion date. We like to go 1/3, 1/2, 1/4 of the way, and we look and see if we're on track. Put your name. It's like signing a contract for yourself. Put your name and the date there, just kind of making a contract with yourself. So this is just a tool that I use and I share with my other clients, and it helps us to stay on track. So when I'm working with my other clients and they tell me something that they're working on, they have to show me this project filter because we have to see if it's worth their time. At this level of the game, you want to make sure everything that you're doing is worth your time. And so if they haven't been able to clearly go through this project filter, then it's probably not worth their time, or they don't have absolute clarity on it. Or even if it's me, I don't have absolute clarity. So I need to go back so I can get absolute clarity. Another tool that I have in my binder is my personal responsibilities. This sheet just gives me a broad look at everything that I'm personally responsible for. So when I look at my company and my organization, when it comes to operations, making sure payroll is done, making sure taxes are in order. Now, let me say this, just because I'm responsible for it doesn't mean I have to do it, right? Just because I'm responsible for it doesn't mean that I have to do it. So up at the top, I don't know if you can clearly see it, it asks these questions. What can I automate and what can I delegate? What can I use ChatGPT for? And who needs to do this? Meaning, what other expert do I need to bring in? So obviously, I'm not doing my own taxes. I have somebody to do taxes, right? But as it relates to casting the vision for the company, as it relates to the mission focus, as it relates to KPIs, key performance indicators, that's all my responsibility. Then when it comes to social media, what's my responsibility when it comes to creating content for the company? What's my responsibility? When it comes to leads for the company, what's my responsibility? So here's just for me, I'm a visual type of individual. So if you're a visual, this will work very well. So I can look every single day. Will, this is what you need to be focused on. This is what you're responsible for. Another tool that we have inside the binder is the one-page action plan, the one-page action plan. So this kind of goes hand in hand with the project filter, but this is what I call my page sheet. So PAID is an acronym that I've broken down, and it stands for people. So who are the key people of this project? Who are the people that will assist you with this goal or this project? Then the A stands for actions. What actions, what needs to happen to get the ball rolling? Number 3, or the I, is interactions. Who are the people that you need to get on the phone with? Who are the people that you need to email? What interactions do you need to have? And then the D is date. What are some key dates? What are some key metric dates to getting this project started, getting this project rolling, getting this project finished? So this is our page sheet that, once again, myself and my clients that we use to help us stay on track. Then the last thing I'm going to share with you is the weekly review sheet. So every week you want to review what's going on. So what gets measured gets accomplished. What gets measured gets accomplished. If you're not tracking what you're doing, if you have no expectation of finishing what you're doing, it's probably not going to get done. So every week you want to start measuring your week. Now, I know a lot of this may sound overwhelming. A lot of it may be new to you, but here's the deal. Once you go back and rewatch this video and jot down some notes and say, okay, I'm going to implement something like this. In the beginning, it's going to seem like a whole lot, but once you make it repetitious, it gets a lot easier. It's just a part of your week. So remember, on Saturday and Sunday, on Saturday is our review day. I've taught you how you rewind, review, and repair. So these are some of the tools that I use to rewind, review, and repair. And then on Sunday is the day that we look forward. We start looking and mapping out our week. So here's some of the tools that I use to help me do that. So I hope that kind of helped you out, gave you kind of a blueprint to work with, so you can kind of create your own thing. Go back, watch this video again, so you can kind of see the stop and pause the video, so you can kind of see actually what these sheets do and how they can impact your life and business. All right, Genius Nation, I hope that helped you out, gave you something to think about. I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the Daily Genius. Go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later.